Didn't we?
Shh. Wait a minute. Well, 30 seconds left.
I need to share the fucking thing.
15 seconds left. 10. They call it this Festival of Speed. It is located in the north of Italy. It is the fastest track on the calendar in F1 to date, and it's here to stay. Do you mind? It is
Sorry.
the Monza, Italian Grand Prix in Monza. I am joined by my usual partner in crime, Ian F1, and the guy who commentated Azerbaijan covering for me. I haven't said thank you to him yet, and I just want to say thank you now. Thank you for doing that. It's a greenie.
Cheers. Hello.
LFC 123.
Just greeny. I'll
Yeah.
do.
Alright. But yeah, it's a very quick, fast-paced track. F5, funny enough, finished before 9 o'clock. Keeping in the same luck as F4. Because I want a short stream. But, Greenie, what are your thoughts on this track?
I think it's one of the best tracks on the calendar, and I think the Tifosi won't be looking forward to this race because there's no Ferrari drivers in the session, so they'll be gutted, both retiring before the session starts.
Indeed, Sam.
I think you need to ask Aaron his opinions.
Aaron, how about your opinion on the track?
Well, it's a very high-speed circuit, a little bit of tangy, and you can find yourself in the wall. So you know you've got to approach this one with a carefree attitude. You've got to be very careful. Sorry, carefree. I'm contradicting myself, but you've got to be very careful around here.
Yeah. Before the stream, Aaron was calling Greenie Grumpy. Let's just say that. So if he does call Parabolica like he did in F5, FP, oh my god, now I'm turning to Aaron. If he did say, if he calls Parabolica Blanchimont, have a moan at him in the chat, because he's gonna do it, I think, because he's been calling Greenie Grumpy, everything like that.
That's alright, as long as we get the names of the drivers out on track correct, that's the main thing that matters. So we just wait for the grid to pile up. It's a massive grid here today. Loads of drivers coming in from all around the world to share their feelings around the Festival of Speed. Greenie.
You know, is it? Do they call it Festival of Speed, or they call it the
I don't know.
Speed of Festival?
We'll call it the Festival of Speed. It
kind
just
of is.
Yeah, it's an incredible race.
Yeah. Some cars.
And apart from a few incidents this season, F4's been a league that stands out for good racing. An advert for PSGL.
Yeah. Who is playing my stream like 10 million times the volume of mine?
So, my deepest apologies.
That's fine. It's just I just don't like hearing my own voice. You know, because I don't like hearing my speaker voice. As Dave Javu, and there's no the Tifosi will not be in huge packs today, as both Ferrari drivers have retired before the race, by the looks of things. And yeah,
Unfortunately.
Mr. Curtis 95 won't be happy today because Hamilton's victory was robbed. If you watched the real life F1. So let's just get on to this. Let's just get on to discussion of the real life F1. What happened with Haas?
Their wheel gun failed.
Did it break, or was it just both? They just both broke, like, because there's no way it's both.
It was a wheel nut failure, but
Yeah.
I think what we've got to focus on today, forget about Haas, forget about their issues in real F1. This could be Blue Mosquito's day in the sunshine, and what a track it would be if he does manage to wrap up the title.
Because Rain, you did see Rain where Sebastian Vettel made history in F1. by becoming the youngest victor, and still is the youngest victor. No, he's not. Verstappen is. Sorry, my bad.
Well, Greenie, just before the start of the race, how do you feel around track like Monza? You've done it 3 times in this week, and you've had 2 podium finishes during your time, 1 a victory and 1 a third place. So you know a lot about this track. So what are the emotions like at the moment?
It's a very special track, but you're mentally preparing yourself for anything that's going to happen at turn 1. Because a lot of the time something does happen at turn 1 that you don't expect. So you've got to prepare yourself to perhaps lose positions but gain in the long term by surviving turn 1 with your wing intact.
Yeah, indeed. It's one of those tracks where the Ascari chicane is the most key point on this track personally. Because if you have to get a good run, as Miles did say in a previous stream, before we heard the Italian national anthem and everyone got really confused. Yes, I know everyone gets confused. No possibility. But yeah, it's raining!
Hello!
I did tell you it would be raining. I said it in my side. My head.
Princess.
Well,
this is lovely.
This is going to be interesting.
Still the fastest track.
Exactly the conditions Blue Mosquito would not have wanted. He will want to keep his car on the track.
As we did see in Belgium, he absolutely bottled it. He done a RJDW in F5.
Grumpy thrives in these conditions. As I know from FP, he can win in these conditions. He came back to 2nd last week, despite losing his front wing on the first lap. So he'll be licking his lips at this.
He done exactly the same thing in Belgium. Did exactly the same thing in Belgium, Owen, if you remember.
Yeah, well, winter tyres are the ones that are going on. A lot of cars leaving in a flurry, so nobody left very quickly. Everybody changing their setups, but there's a huge flurry of cars. Will they get the best of the track conditions nice and early? I think it might be Betrayer who's out. No, Betrayer's not the one leading the pack. I don't know who the hell is. There's too many drivers out here.
There's a glitch.
Last week's race winner is just come out of the garage. Do you think he'll be looking forward to this? Or do you think perhaps Belgium was a one-off for Venom?
Well, Belgium is his strongest track, I believe, so I need to go to my stream because there's a glitch basically where it doesn't come up in the comments, so I need to go onto my stream about that. Forza Ferrari Anthony Hages. Hello Big C. Yeah. What type of light rain is this?
There's light rain and then there's also light rain, so you just got to be on the right conditions.
Hashtag two cross-threaded wheel nuts, Haig said. Blue mathematically cannot win the title until Mexico.
He can win it here. He can
win it here. But I don't think he will be. Have you posted on Twitter the stream?
Yeah, I've done it all. Twitter forum. Get your comments sorted out because the laps are going to come in.
Yeah, we can't. It's a glitch. Kurt had it yesterday.
To fuel, Haig has got 6 laps in. Grumpy, he's got 7.5 laps in. Hulkenberger 6. Kurtois down with 3, so he's looking maybe to do.
Haig, very experienced in these types of wet weather conditions. You can really feel the car, can't he? Those intermediate tyres really gluing to the circuit as we see him crunch those apexes into the into the Curva Grande. A lot of speed here, 200 miles an hour. Fancies a bit of grass, does he?
8th gear. There we go then, the fastest corner in F1.
And the key here is to try and cut the chicane, which he gets quite a lot of oversteer under braking and does well to keep the car going. But Haig, certainly a man you expect to be up there, but he's plagued with lap incidents, first lap especially.
Yeah. He does like to start from the back of the grid and go onto the hardest climb on the tyres. In dry, he starts to qualify on them.
It's not worked.
But we go then into a Sky chicane. This first part here, the left-hander is not the Sky, it's the last bit. So here, the right-hander and the left-hander is the Sky chicane. Probably one of the most key points here, as you can easily lose it, as he almost does. On
And
the
in these
exit
wet
there.
weather conditions, you've got to make sure you stay off those curbs. If you touch those curbs, you can easily slip or slide out here. So it's important to just make sure you don't get too greedy on those, as we saw some drivers in other formulas just spin off and lose their wheels. So we hope those
Exactly.
drivers have recovered from that.
Yeah, indeed. This looks like as he sets a 31-4. Hopefully these drivers got the practice in the wet, because I believe it's going to be a wet race. But we will find out.
Lap time's coming, tumbling down. Who else is out there?
Game Freaker, thank you for the subscribe. Hopefully you enjoy your
Mr.
time.
Grumpy,
Here.
Curtois doesn't do much. Grumpy on the back straight, heading towards the Parabolica. We've got to stay with this man here. One of the
Hello, Game
drivers
Freaker.
on the side. Venom goes fastest, but here we go. Mr. Grumpy, experienced in these conditions. Greeny knows all about the experience that this man possesses around this track. Races against him in multiple formulas. Here we go. Grumpy to the line. It's the fastest.
Provisional pole.
He knows pole position.
Provisional pole
Unbelievable.
indeed. Good lap time indeed. Tyre is very high as Icy Fly still in the pits. Tyre is very high. There's a Mercedes 1-2 so far.
Blue Mosquito's on his way. He's on his way.
A Scotsman who is apparently from Northampton, according to Aaron. So, yeah, really, run us down to the line for Blue Mosquito.
Well, he's not here, but we'll take him to
he's
the
not
line.
here.
A little bit of a moment out of the corner. He'll be back for the race. Blue Mosquito to the line. And that is not a bad time, considering that he needs to make sure he can cave
Indeed,
into that
Bixie.
championship lead, just build
Indeed,
on
Bixie.
it. So, a good early lap time from Blue Mosquito. And
Big-
what is Big C saying?
He's saying, using his experience.
That's what
In
you
a way
want.
you'd
Who
say it.
else is out there? Clyde is going to the line. He's just gone 10th. Curtois! Oh, moments as he goes into the pit
and
lane.
Parabolic. Did he clip the
He
white
doesn't like
grass?
these conditions, does he? He doesn't like these conditions.
Did he clip the white
spun out.
grass?
He did something.
Well, you're slow.
Gordo,
This one.
go on board with Gordo. This man
Scored off.
broken
Scored
to
off.
the
It's
core.
scored off. It's scored off.
It says Gordo on my
Yeah,
screen, and that's what.
but don't forget he's
that's fine.
from one country. Yeah, so it's called off.
Yeah,
but-
that's fine. That's
Yeah,
fine.
it doesn't matter.
Here we go.
He goes then 6 minutes on his
Right.
outlap. Oh, he doesn't move it!
Oh my
He's out! He didn't move the Parabolic and Grumpy sets a 30.4 as well, so he was sneaking out Gordov. He had a massive moment in Parabolica.
Oh, Gordo! Oh, he's been in the wars all season. This man doesn't know his lefts from rights, and he's out of session nice and early. Get yourself a cup of tea, because you got 5 minutes till the start of the race. Who else is out there? Warren Haig on the back straight. Is he going to pick for a fresh set of boots?
Such
He
a
probably
shame. Very, such a
Mosquito.
shame.
Mosquito. Can he improve? He does. Front row for Blue Mosquito. This is good.
3 attempts back on. Shame. No, Mr. P. Yeah, Mr. P. He couldn't race, I think he couldn't log on. Because there's PSN controversies coming in, as we were trying to get updates constantly. But yeah.
He's got a race ban due to his actions
yeah.
at Spa.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Hulkenberger. Is he going to go to the line here? Is he pitting? Oh, disappointment
pitting.
there. Betrayer. No, he's just starting the lap. I don't know if we stay with him or are there other people? Because Betrayer
yeah,
does look good.
Now through the chicane, which has a name that I can't remember. Now into the curve of the Grande. Easily can lose it in GT Sport Online as the daily race said, but nothing matters on the GT Sport Online right now. It's F1. It's the festival of speed. As he comes down 206 miles an hour, maybe into just 206, not into 207. Can cut the chicane a little bit there, and he does indeed. Comes out for that chicane now into Lesmo 1 and 2. Where if you clip too much curb, you can easily spin round. Aaron, take it away.
Yes, this is a good lap so far from the experienced Betrayer, returning back to league racing, one of the most respected names on the site. He's been a league director, he's been a site director, he's led the F1 leagues back in the days during F1 2012 and 2013. This man has done it all. He's been around the block. He's got to keep it together here. He's got some good pace. Can he stick it up there in the top 5? I think
And
that's
number
what
1
we're
Taffy
behind.
is out. He's
Yeah,
just
well,
retired. He ran out of fuel. there you go.
Doesn't matter about him. It's the Betrayer show. Can he keep it together? One more corner to go. It's the Parabolica. It's never ending. He's not using as much track as he could. He's not really looking that comfortable in the front. I don't think this is going to be a good lap from Betrayer. Playing around with the fuel mixtures. He goes 11th. He goes 11th. That's not good.
Look at the fuel though. That's
Ooh.
why.
Wow. Who else is out there? We've got to make sure we stay with people. I think Mr. Grumpy and Blinsky will come out for one last time.
We were not on board with Haig. He's just gone second. 3/10 off Grumpy.
That's
he tips
good.
the gravel there. Perfect line for this into Leslie 1 and 2.
Gismo. Sorry, Simo
Simo.
through the Parabolica. Can he improve? Identical lap
he's
time
gonna
with
pit. He's
they always pit, don't they?
Yeah, but he's
Lars
looking at his
pit as
fuel.
well. Lars is going to go to line.
No, he's
Lars
going.
is
He's
go.
got to. Grumpy's out on the track. 31.5. Here we go then.
Yeah.
You want
through? Stay with?
So you can stay with whoever you want. Ravens Avengers.
Oh, Haig.
He's on that. Go on, Haig.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if he's updated.
No, he's
Give it to Venom. Last week's winner. He deserves that time. Doesn't matter about the other drivers at the moment. This man made history. Musical Venom. One of the most loved drivers in the league.
Commentators.
Yeah, one of the absolute legendary commentators.
Second place, Kurtwood's not set a time yet. He's got to get time down. Where is he on the track? He's coming to Blanchimont. The Parabolica, my bad. Haig's out!
Oh, Haig is retired. It's a good starting position so far, but times will come tumbling.
He's coming on the Parabolica now. He's on the lap. He is on the lap indeed. Evan, across the line for me is the last lap now.
Here we go. Curtis goes fastest. That's what you need.
Privation of on his knee back because Blinsky cannot respond. He's in 4th place. He's pitted. He cannot respond till that time. What is Grumpy going to say to that time then? The battle pole, Venom.
Well, Grumpy may be one of the last people. No, Grumpy's going to start his lap relatively early. This is a bit of a risky strategy from him, but it's all in his hands. Conditions are good. That's alright. Hulkenberger, he's experienced as well. Betrayer's out of the session. I'm trying to think who is the best person to go on board. Is it Hulkenberger the best man to go on board with?
Grumpy. Really? Oh, Venom as well. Where's
Grumpy's
Grumpy?
on that.
No, he's not.
Grumpy's on that.
Oh, he's not?
I'm pretty sure. Is he not? Oh, he's not flying that. Yeah,
we're gonna go with Venom. So, however, last lap now into Lesmo 2. He kind of had that if you go over the curve a bit too much. But now, no DRS. It's like the 2010 days. Well, the only thing they had was a little bit of electrical.
Oh, aborted lap.
It's aborted it.
Grumpy behind. This is the man who can challenge for pole here.
Sector 3, miles of tyres.
That's not bad from Grumpy, using all of his experience, using the grip. Will his teammate get in the way? No, moves out of the way kindly. Kurt
maybe a little bit slipstream.
Can't improve.
Can't improve on that lap. Into Parabolica now then. What can he do? Into Parabolica now. Hulkenberg went 4th. This is going to be interesting. Across the line, 30.4, he goes pole. 30.0, sorry, my bad.
Have some of that.
Have some of that, indeed.
Some say you never lose it.
Across the line, Lars Gaming goes 3rd. Where's Dave in all of this? Where's Ravers? Ravers 2 tenths up. Bruno Scale dropping down the order like a madman, like a fly. As Leo gets in comments left, right, centre.
Oh my god. This isn't good from Ravers. He goes 10th. Oh, he would have been higher without that mistake. He could have put it 7th.
Yeah.
He could have put it 7th. Deja vu.
Says Big C says all that experience. Indeed, all that experience from Grumpy, especially Monza. Anyway, he loves the conditions, does Mr. Grumpy. Where can Blumeski's teammate put himself on the grid? As he comes through Parabolica, it's going to be a good lap indeed. He goes 4th. Did he go second? Did he go second? He went second.
Oh my god. Deja vu!
He denotes his teammate!
Some deja vu in the air tonight! What a lap time!
Oh my god! The championship lead in 7th!
Take us through the order quickly.
Mercedes Williams 1-2, Kurtos in third, Toro Rosso at last fourth, Hague fifth, Hulkenberg sixth, with Mosquito seventh, Venom eighth, the winner for Belgium, Simo at ninth, Claude 10th, surprise, Ravers, Fernando Alonso in 12th, Ravers in 11th, Betrayer in 13th, Miles in 14th, and Lassie and Gordorf round off the grid with no time.
And I'm not surprised to come back to see Grumpy on pole position.
Oh, hello again.
Yeah, that was one hell of
Brilliant
a lap.
lap.
He used,
That is a brilliant lap.
I think it was the Ascari that sewed it up for him.
Yeah,
The
because
amount of
Kurt made a mistake there.
experience, he felt that grip around it. He kept
That's
that
an
car
F1
through the
drivers.
corners. He is an absolutely quality driver,
Right,
and we are
is there going to be
privileged
any
watch him
rain, and what
play
tyres?
today.
What tyres will these lads start on? As well as
Well,
without that,
Free
tyres.
choice for the compound, just to elongate my stint and have that security.
Even though the one stop's possible, Taffy got disconnected, so it looks like we have to have a restart for number one.
Yeah.
Taffy.
Just avoid looking at your messages, because that will disrupt the screen, so
I'm
I
not.
can look at them. Alright, let's go.
Is it on
I
my
think Blue Mosquito, it'd be a good idea
it's
for
on
him
your phone.
starting P7,
Why have I got-
download maybe so supers, try and get ahead of people at the
Yeah.
start and under.
Here we go.
Anyway, here we go then. Lights out, and away we go for the Italian Grand Prix. The great start from Mr. Grumpy, and Curtis jumps up to Dave. As Lars gets a terrible start down into fifth, and now Curtis is going to attack Grumpy down the inside into turn one here.
Here we go. Is there contact behind? I think
Oh,
everybody
hey!
looks good.
Oh,
There's some carbon fibre. Carbon
Mosquito.
fibre.
Skier up in, Hayden up into as a betrayer. Alistair for life. That hammer's really good, by the way. So someone's round in
really
sector
nice
one.
and clean first chicane there. Everyone gets feet
Okay,
made a position.
LFC's lost a wing in all of that.
There you go.
Dave's dropping down to fourth now.
He's dropped. Indeed. I've only got one view on my stream, man. Amazing. Somehow.
And as for the tyre compounds, Grumpy, Kurtois, Deja Vu, Lars, Hulkenberger, and that's it for the soft tyres in the top 10. The rest are on supers.
Wow. Very
Wow.
interesting then. As mediums are being used as well. So,
Sorry.
Lewis Skill on Lars Gabing, first guy, clearly got their exit. And he's going to go around the outside into Power Body Car.
Oh, he's going to have to make sure he gets this one through, because Toro Rosso's going to come back at him. No, he won't. He's got that beautiful move there from Blue Mosquito. A lot of experience on those softer tyre compounds. He's been set out to attack, and attack is his motto. He is buzzing in that cockpit like a mosquito. He stung Lars, and Lars has no response.
Betrayal. Round the outside into turn one, not going to make it.
Yep, and the Warren Haig only 3 tenths behind Kurtois, who's closing in on Grumpy as well. So this could be a very intense battle for the lead. However, we know that Haig has got a bit of a trait of corner cutting sometimes.
Same with Grumpy. Controls this race and
Yeah, well,
he
Haig
controls the race.
definitely has to make use of those grippier tyres so early on here. There will be other drivers who will be looking to pounce. In Blue Mosquito will be catching up to the back of this train soon on those softer compound tyres. The championship leader, the famous Scotsman, Greeny.
Yep, and he's doing a good job now. He's extending the gap to 1.1 seconds. So great job. But Haig attacking Kurtois now. This will be interesting. I'm sure he'll set him up down into turn one.
Let's see then. Into Parabolica, obviously get no DOS until the next lap then.
Anthony Warren Haig. Here we go. Sorry, you were lagging a little bit there, Jack. Anthony Warren Haig, former Constructors winner in the F1 Monday League. He's an experienced driver. He'll know to pick his breaking point here. Kurtois not going too defensive. Haig broke himself.
Oh, he's uploaded himself across the curb.
Push him off. Push him off. Come on. Come on. Take the position.
That's
Doesn't matter how you
invited.
get
That's
it.
invited, Mosquito. What is
Yeah.
going on? My internet connection's awful. The
Doesn't matter, it's fine. Somebody's going to grasp. Haig not leaving much to the imagination.
Oh!
Come on, Kurtois collide. Would you believe
dear.
it?
It's not. It's Deja Vu. Blue
Deja
Mosquito's
Vu.
gained from that now up to
Oh
fourth.
my God! It was deja vu.
And Kurtois,
He can't
Wounded
do
animal.
anything.
Championship
my-
up in smokes again.
And Blue Mosquito, this surely invites him to open up, and he knows that Kurt has got damage, so he's got to keep the pressure on and put Kurt off pressure. He's also got to pit this lap, without a
He
doubt.
needs his position. He needs
And
his
amongst all
position.
that, Dave Javu's lost another position to Rim's Revenge, and he's losing so many positions. He nearly
He
went in
can't
the
do
gravel at
anything.
Ascari. He's
can't
lost
do
half his front
anything.
wing, and it's a disaster start for the man who
Meanwhile-
started P2.
So it
And then
looks
we've got
like
Dave
Blue
Blue
Mosquito's
Mosquito
championship is...
here. He's under attack. Lars not going to let him have the title easily. Blue's got to do something. Kurt always pits. Blue's got to defend the inside. You're on the
wait.
softer compound. Don't leave it open.
I've
Don't leave it
got
open.
to restart my stream. My internet's gone. My internet's just